Yeah, it's some things we got to talk about. We are in a situation where we really gonna have to start to organize, um, do something, because what's happening like right now in the South is stripping people of their rights. Like they will no longer have rights, especially as black people, black representative, or let's say democratic rights. This is I'm gonna try to break it down as easy as possible. Okay, so you have what they consider districts. In these districts, like in Peoria, you got Allen. He's over a certain district. He might be over the north end or the south end, but he got that district. But that district is represented by somebody black. So, and he a Democrat. So, he gonna make sure, and he gonna represent, he gonna make sure that things are taken care of in a democratic way. Bro, it's like what they did is basically got rid of any district that's run by a black person. So it's just all white Republicans running everything. Like they added extra, like because we got election coming up, and 9 times out of 10 they was gonna get wiped off the face of the earth with how displeased people are with like the gas and stuff like that. They made it to where they basically cheating for the election. They're giving them more seats than they're supposed to have. So it's going to be harder for them to lose anything, any vote. They're going to be able to make any vote and they're going to be able to pass because they got more seats than they were ever dreamed of. I have a prediction, and what's up? Y'all can leave y'all comment too, and I can read them. But I have a prediction. I honestly think that some of these things President Trump has to do that was part of his getting back in the White House. I think that he was it was a quid pro quo, however you want to say that, quid pro quo, that if we get you back in the White House, these are the things that you have to do. This, and this, and this, and this, especially with Elon Musk. Because you seen like he allowed Elon Musk to do things that you would never let somebody do. Get everybody's social security. This man got everybody's social security number. We freak out when I think somebody just put online like the school canvas. I think that's a school thing. Now they got everybody's information. Everybody who's ever been to that school district, they got the information. That's sort of like what Elon Musk did, but Elon Musk went and got everybody's social security number. He could sell that to other countries for like billions and billions of dollars. Everybody's social security number. Like you could run up tons of debt on everybody, and we'd be left paying for shit or trying to fight it. I mean, that's just an example. Like Elon Musk paid, and he told us, bro, this man paid for Trump to be in office. These people have so much money, they go around the world and control the world and events, influence world events with their money. whole world events and stuff. Because Elon Musk's not an American citizen, he goes to other countries and does some of this stuff for the whole. You don't never hear about this shit. They changing the world into the way that they think the world should be in the eyes of what they think the world should be. And it's not good. It's not good for us. That I can tell you. It's not good for us. I don't know what you want to hear. Like, as soon as Trump got into office, they fired 300,000 black women from DUI. That alone should have had us in the streets. And that's, to me, that's the thing about it, is we don't never say nothing. This is a generation of say nothing generation, and they knew exactly what generation to target, because the people in the 60s and 70s gave them hell. They was in the streets marching. I mean, and then our ancestors before then to get us out of slavery. Like, it took a lot. It took decades and decades and decades to get these bills passed. They had to pass these bills. They let me. I want you to understand something, because a lot of us, we don't go and we don't sit and we don't think like how it was for slaves when they first got over here. Like, you think of now to where you got people who are just insane and just do what they do to people. There wasn't any laws. Like, especially if a slave got over here, you could do whatever you wanted to. I mean, he was obviously somebody's property, but if you bought him, if you brought that slave and took them home, nobody was coming to your house like, what are you doing with your slave? Like, think about that. These people took humans home, and whatever they wanted to do with them, all bets off. I mean, if say if you was and you, I'm sure you had psychopaths back there, like people who have people. Let's say, for example, you have people who had a lot of money, was inherited a lot of money, right? And they had slaves, you know, they was making a lot of money and stuff, and had slaves, and just sick in the head. So just to flaunt their money, every once in a while, they go buy a slave for a meal or something. And I chuckle because it just to get through the thought of it. Like, okay, say for this is another example. Like, you will have a slave, even though like maybe they broke up the family, or like maybe these slaves got together, they was a couple, or they came over here as a family. The master go out there at the middle of the night, rape the lady. I mean, because wasn't nobody telling you no. Like, nobody was sitting there like, nah, you can't do this. You know, this might have going on for years. And the wife get jealous because he no longer attracted to her because she curvy or whatever. The wife get jealous and go out there and beat the slave ass. Beat her ass, and she can't do nothing but sit there and get her ass beat because she got raped by her husband. This is a thinking that they used to do. Like, I'm not exaggerating it. I'm not throwing it. Like, there's stories of these things. You know, we see slave movies and they make it into like love uh movies, and the slave happy and cheerful. Like, especially in the deep south. I mean, even after, think about this, even after slavery was over, there was some sundown towns that if you get caught, you would be missing. And the cops wouldn't do nothing. They turn their head. because you shouldn't have been in that town after a certain time. They had maps to tell you that this is a sundown town. You need to get out of that town, or you will be missing, or something gonna happen, or you're gonna get beat the fuck up. I didn't know that, and then that's how our parents told us to be in before the street lights come on. That's where that comes from. That's how deep it was. They had to make it into a rule for black kids in order for us to stay alive. Be in before the street lights came on. And our grandmas told us, our great grandmas told us, our grandmas, moms told us, be in before. That's where that comes from, because there were certain towns that if you were caught if you were caught when the street lights went off, it was all bets off. I seen a documentary about that. The cops would turn their head. Well, you shouldn't have been out past. You shouldn't have been here. Well, I'm probably in on it too. We let the boys have some fun. That's the mentality they had. I don't know. Like I said, when you watch the movies, it's more acting. They said that one of the most made movie. I mean, something about a subject made movie is slavery. Why? Because Hollywood was hired to rewrite slavery and make it nicer than what it was. Does that make sense? Like if you understood what slavery was, you wouldn't be able to sit through the whole movie. I just learned last year, and this is gory, so I don't know if you want to hear this, but I just learned last year that a lot of those horror movies, what's that, skinhead, whatever, where they could the man with the saw or whatever, those storylines came from what they used to do to slaves. Like there's records, there's records of people. The shoes was made from skin, and the furniture was made from skin. They stuffed the furniture with our hair and stuff. All that was so. That's what I'm telling you. There were people that obviously they wasn't right in the head, but to them it was normal. That's how they lived. It was normal. I'm gonna kill, bro. It's hard to think about. It's hard to wrap your mind around it. But that's what I'm saying. They had to. Well, I'm telling y'all this to let you know they had to make laws to say this has got to stop. It's got to stop. We got to start treating people like they're human beings and allow them to have a voice in what we do, because they didn't. If given a free will, we was not included in a lot of stuff. We was not included. I tell a story. This is the perfect example. I used to work at Radio Shack when I first started working at Radio Shack, and I was the only black person there. And I kind of knew right away, but I kind of felt special. I kind of knew right away. I was like, man, they must be trying to get more black. That's what my mindset was. They must be trying to get more black people in here, because that's when the laws started changing. If you didn't have a lot of black people, they was gonna come investigate. They was gonna come to investigate. So businesses like that started putting black people in positions and hiring black people. And that's where they brought me in. It was like, I think in a kind of way they told me, they're like, we got to hire more. I mean, I'm telling you, I knew without a shot of doubt, it's like, we got to hire more black people. Said, it was like, we got to be more diverse. That's what the word was. We got to be more diverse. The government was coming in telling people, start hiring black people. Like, what y'all doing ridiculous? Because they wasn't hiring us at all. at all. I had friends who couldn't get a job to save their life. That's why I said I felt special because I got a decent job. I had friends like, dang, I can't get no job, and the job I do get is picking up trash or whatever. You feel what I'm saying? It was a low level job. That's the only people that would even try to hire him. That's why it was laws to come in and say, no, you got to get everybody a fair shot. Because they were just hiring their brothers and uncles. If you don't have fair laws in place, like that's what they gonna do. They tempted to do that. Man, they brother, oh, you ain't got no job. Well, come on in and I get you a job. Come on in tomorrow. That's how they would do. Just come on in and start when I get you working. A black man come in qualified. Now we don't want you working here, especially working beside us. We only listen to the same music. Like Caterpillar is the same way. That's why Caterpillar hires some Rivian. That's why they hire some black people, because that's in their policies, which is good. But when you take those away, then previous history has shown that it is going to be 10, 15, 30 times more difficult for us to be in those positions. Straight up. Yeah, go watch some of them old shows and what's that one? Good Times and stuff. When you got the dad could never get no good paying job. All his jobs was like bullshit ass jobs. And he would for the furthermost, he was smart. But you'll have people in suits around him or come to the thing in suits and it was dumb as fuck. He had to help them out. That's how it was. They didn't care if you knew a lot. You knew how to do this and that. They didn't give a fuck. We don't want you here. Don't even apply. Type attitude. And that's why the government had to step in. It's not no crutch. They had to even the playing field, or a lot of people wouldn't be in the positions they are today. I'm telling you, I've seen it myself. I come from that generation. And I'm seeing those things being rolled back. That's not good at all. That's not good at all. Because nobody's going to regulate. And like I said, the first time 300,000 black people got laid off. A lot of them black people getting fired out of the military, high ranking positions because of no DEI, no diversity. Now lawsuits are coming. I will have people on here right now to be like, oh, that's not racism and stuff like that. They finna start suing us or the government because they discriminated against. They making it easier for them to get like their reparations. Like reparations, well, they ain't giving no money. Yeah, a lot of those ICE people are January 6ers. $50,000 bonus. You don't think that's reparations? Plus how much you get paid? He pardoned all of them, any race they filed. So now they was held against their will by the government and they was presumed innocent. Bro, they can go back and sue and get money for that. Millions. Wake up. All them January 6th people who he pardoned can go back and sue the government. And you see how many people, how many white people that was, right? Okay. All right. Okay. All those cases prosecuted. All those millions of dollars to prosecute and find them people and bring them in court date and court times. We pay for all of that. It's a joke, man. It's a joke, man. But I hope I didn't get too far off the rails. I'm gonna get out of here because I've been on here way too long. But I'm just trying to make sure I give y'all more content and make sure we talk and ask questions. So I'm gonna get out of here. Thank y'all for tapping in. My name is John.